Hi, I'm Dr. Kaayla Daniel, the Naughty Nutritionist, here to talk with you today about the last super. Well, many of us over the years have been talking about the South American proverb that good broth will raise the dead. Well, I always thought that was a stretcher, but I put more than a year into researching that to see if there might be some evidence that it's true. I'm into living forever after all. Well, as it turns out, broth can kill. That's right. Think Julia Child, right before her 93rd birthday, died from French onion soup, August 13th, 2004. And think as well Robert E. Lee, the Confederate leader, died from meat tea in 1870, beef meat tea. Think President Millard Fillmore, 1874, his last words were, "The nourishment is palatable." I think that tells us why we don't know much else that he ever said. And finally, let's talk Marie Antoinette, died of French consommé. Well, by now you've probably figured they didn't die from soup. Rather, as we in statistics like to say, correlation does not equal causation. In fact, soup has a long history of healing. Florence Nightingale, in her Notes on Nursing, talked about meat tea, its virtues for patients who needed help with their digestion as part of the recovery. She warned us, though, not to rely on it exclusively, but often like soups and aspics and other gelatin-rich foods to aid a patient's digestion. Cookbooks of the period also recommended broth and soup. There were actually chapters on convalescent cooking and invalid cookery, as they said. And they would often use phrases such as, "This will cure for sure," or, in my experience, "This will prove beneficial." Well, why not? Hippocrates recommended it, so did Galen, Maimonides, and Hildegard von Bingen. And in the 20th century, chicken soup has become known as Jewish penicillin. Now, I wish I could tell you that just any soup would do, that all you have to do is open up a can or a box and heat it and eat. But sadly, today's soups are highly industrialized, manufactured, filled with additives, including MSG. They are full of toxins and carcinogens and actually can contribute to our ill health. What we need is good old-fashioned bone broth made from bones, cartilage, and skin like our grandparents made. That's the broth that's got the healing power. So what can broth heal? What can it prevent? I spent well over a year researching this topic because Sally Fallon Morell and I have a book coming out called Nourishing Broth. It's coming out in September 2014. And in it, I document all the science that supports the healing power of broth, why it truly is Jewish penicillin. So with digestive disorders, if you've got leaky gut, broth is going to help. It helps with irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, colitis. It's amazing for osteoarthritis. It's that old principle, like cures like. So put all those joints and knuckle bones in your broth and it's going to have a wonderful healing effect on your joints. Autoimmune diseases. This is surprising, but it can help with rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, scleroderma, and other autoimmune problems. It's good for cancer even. And mental health. Athletes can particularly benefit if they've been suffering from overtraining syndrome. And many athletes are also prone to getting more infections than usual, particularly if they're top-flight athletes who work out very hard. Broth can help. It's also super for anti-aging and will prevent cellulite. That's right. So I'm going to be talking more about those topics in future YouTube, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Until then, I'm Dr. Kaayla Daniel, the Naughty Nutritionist.